Okay, hello and welcome back for a blind permadeath playthrough of Greedfall. I think we just go straight to the mines. Maybe stop by the vendor here.
Good grief, these are some unusual. Greetings, my lady. How?
He seems to be pretty much underpowered now. Remember, he sold the best stuff back in the day. Alright.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Here's the entrance to the mine. It may be worth talking to the villagers.
Good day. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the ruins on the plateau?
You aren't the first to ask me about them, but the answer is still the same. I've nothing to tell you. Not that I wouldn't want to, but I've never been there. There must have been a path once upon a time, but it's no longer there. Maybe it collapsed. Some say that you have to pass through the mines to get there. A few of the tunnels do climb. It's certainly possible, I would say. But those tunnels are all closed, and we have better things to do. The iron ore, it doesn't come out of the ground by itself. Do you need anything else?
Tell me about the mines.
It wasn't us that first dug them out. They're really old. Centuries old. But those tunnels are full of riches. It takes little effort to unearth the minerals that we want. What more could we ask for? Seeing as how there aren't that many of us, if we were pressed to mine all the tunnels, we'd be too few. But the time will come when folks hear about what we're pulling from these rocks. We won't be alone for much longer.
Okay. I don't know if she wants to be alone or not. Alright, I know where the passage is, I know everything about this place. We have been here twice, maybe even thrice. Don't remember this.
It's not possible just now.
I know. Ooh, it's good I went in here. It is true, fail.
It's not possible just now.
This is the first thing I do. Well, I eat breakfast first. I eat breakfast and then I start playing. It allows me to use the internet unhindered. by my roommates. Yeah, that I don't think the only way I could stream during the day is if people were not here using the internet, but that's doubtful as long as the pandemic is around. So yeah, it will be either very late streams or very early streams. Or the rare occasion there is no one here and I don't have to work in the middle of the day. But most of us are usually working during the normal workday hours, you could call them. That's not scary at all. Well, the problem is more they use the internet. And I do have good internet, but I don't have extremely good internet that it can handle streaming a bunch of people doing video calls or watching videos on YouTube. It's not viable. I am the only one that streams, but I am not the only one that plays on the Xbox now. But no one else streams. Yes, they like other genres of games. Mostly competitive free-to-play stuff. Fortnite, Roblox, Apex also, I think. Stuff like that, yeah. Okay. I couldn't go and kill those beasts. I think I probably should. Actually, I've had a few, well, fights, you could call them, discussions, heated discussions, because I insist my games be on English. And in the Xbox, the games get installed in whatever language the system is. If you put it in Spanish and the game has a Spanish voice acting, it will default to that. And I hate Spanish voiceovers of games. I detest them. Even if I were not streaming, I don't like them at all. But most of the games they play, you can just change it to the menu because there is no voice acting, there is nothing. It's just multiplayer stuff. But when they do install a game from the Game Pass, it's in English, so I get angry. Yes, I don't speak English in my regular life, but I like my games in English. Besides, I don't play games except when I'm streaming.
Poison on my face. Then let's go!
I rarely play games outside of streaming.
Things are about to get dicey.
Well, that's new music. Yeah, that's what. That's mostly what they say. They just don't like going through the menus. They find it annoying. And sometimes the games default to English for some reason. They also play Minecraft a lot. Down here you usually grow up believing English voiceovers are trash because most animes, I do find the Spanish translation highly superior to the English voice acting. But on games, whatever the companies that get hired to do voice acting in Spanish are complete trash. On the other hand, gaming companies pay millions probably to actual voice actors. So there's that basically. So the English, the Xbox is in English and they don't like it. Basically, that's all there is to it. But I managed to win that fight. Right. A pretty leisurely stroll. So I wonder who is going to send us to fight that.
Finally, here we are. These are the ruins that Lady Lorene spoke to us about.
I'll drown myself with the morning tide if these buildings are of native construction.
Explore the area. Something may give away the identity of the architects.
Yes. Vasco is ignorant, but he's very perceptive, very intelligent. He knows very little other than the sea faring stuff. But he is not a moron. Professor Sefrafedin, the view from these ruins really is outstanding, and I managed to observe one of those magnificent creatures who live on the seashore without it noticing me. The shell of this Nadaig Glendemen seems to be as robust as a crab's shell. And what a surprise it was to see that despite its sheer size, it was capable of hiding in the ground in an instant, disappearing from my sight only to reappear further away. We have so much to learn from these noble creatures, Jesus. This is easy to understand why the natives worship them. That is easy to understand, yes. Because if they don't worship them, then those things will eat them. Besides, they know they are their ancestors. Ah, Jesus, one of those things. Okay, I think we have to kill it. Let's see. I don't think I can possibly attack it in a stealth, can I? Would be very unusual if I could. Let's make sure there is no one else around.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Okay, he doesn't seem too tough. It's one of these. Sí. Really picantes, what are you eating? The Prince of the Seas. Alright. What are you eating, Fail? Not a good weapon. I guess it would be good if I had taken it like 20 levels ago, as it was intended, presumably. Alright. I usually just eat cereals for breakfast, so I can start the stream quickly. Old and almost Illegible journal. Our position on the island is becoming impossible to hold. Despite our best efforts and the many battles we have won, we're losing more and more ground. These sages are formidable opponents. The roots seem to await them, and they are helped by gigantic creatures, the likes of which we have never seen before. The creatures are approaching, and we are incapable of facing them. The lords are already preparing to board the ships that the Nods had stationed near our position. As expected, they said there would not be enough room for everyone. We're going to die here, stomped by some giant raging monsters. Cursed be the princess and their ambition. Okay, the only princess I know are the princess of the congregation.
This journal confirms what we suspected. A continental nation had once attempted to colonize the island with the help of the Nords, and they were repulsed. From what I was able to decipher, few of them actually managed to escape.
I should have known as soon as we discovered those ruins that we were not foreign to these lands.
The major part of the journal has faded, but I'm not able to make out the name of the author. Let's continue our search. We must discover which nation was here.
No, I have never heard of. We have a he, which is what is it called in Mexico? That must be a name you give it. What the hell do I call it? Ah, shit.
Then let's go!
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
They call it, I don't know, Tabasco, something like that. I don't remember anymore. But we are not very fond of yeah, I'm sure it's not. We would never call anything that's spicy a sauce. Although it technically can be, I guess. But we're not very fond of spicy food up down here. It's more a Central American thing, as far as I know. Yeah, the hot food is what you call them. Hot food. Here, hot does not mean it burns your tongue. Alright, I understand. So it's actually cooked. Ooh, what's this? The arms of the congregation, I knew it.
This seal. I know the insignia, even if it has become more detailed in recent decades. It's hard to believe my eyes.
What nation does it belong to?
This is the ancient coat of arms of Serene. It's a congregation seal. I think the information is pointing to something. No possible doubt remains. All the clues point in the same direction. The people from the sea who built these ruins and confronted the natives. They were us.
And to think we helped you. I'm having trouble dealing with this, even if it does explain a lot. We're gonna have to keep this story under lock and key. The natives are not gonna swallow it easily without a long chew.
This must be the reason they kept us in the dark. Constantine is going to be furious when he learns this.
Yes. It probably is. It's impossible the prince of the city doesn't know their ancestors came here. I doubt that's even possible, but it could be if they suppressed the knowledge somehow. But that does explain why we have Islander blood. Must be an Islander traitor or two came with us back to the continent, and it's our forebearer. So you're actually eating something we would call calentado, I think, which is basically cooked food at yeah, recooked food from the day before. It's usually, but it can be obviously from the day you are actually making it, but it is a very different sort of breakfast, much fancier, you could say. Fancy, yeah, fancy breakfast, not just coffee and maize tortillas, as you could call them. All right. And it's good food. I also like American food or US food, especially meats. But pizza, obviously, it's American, and I like it very much. Actually, one of my brothers went to Italy and ate the original pizza. He said it was trash. He said it was crazy how different it was from regular pizza. It was much worse. It was soggy, and it didn't have many toppings or cheese. He was very disappointed. Stop moving around, you thing. Oh, it disappeared. Ah, it's here. Stop. Alright, finally. So the congregation failed. In the past, can we succeed with our ancestors? Failed. But it doesn't make sense. If they had the same coat of arms, maybe they didn't have the same banners. Doesn't make much sense. If it still had yellow coins, it's impossible the natives wouldn't recognize it as the sign now, the symbol of their ancient enemies. I don't see how I can stab these things in the back. Let's see. We can avoid a head-on confrontation. Doesn't seem like we can.
This feint! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Yeah, but you, in my opinion, you make the greatest fast food. That's without a doubt. But yeah, it's a big mixture, I guess. Old rusty key. Right. I guess we need to find the old rusty chest for the old rusty key. But yeah, you have, I guess, many types of cuisine. But it's not just something that's, well, the same could be said for every nation, I guess. Regions have their own subgenres of food. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. The old times people had less leisure time. They had to eat fast, eat a ton. And I think America perfected that type of food. Alright, let's go. So I don't think there is much more to it on here. Well, yeah, I think Vasco is right. When the natives learn we are the old enemy, I think Serene is going to become a target. New Serene, I mean. Probably we will have to end up joining the Alliance anyway. In the war against the natives, that suits me. Maybe we should leak the information to the natives. Just leak it. And the notes new too. That's crazy. Yeah, I think you work too much. What I see on the internet is right. Americans tend to work a lot. Well, we shall see what happens in the future. Yeah, you work tons. A regular bureaucrat would have to go to the office. Bureaucrats have to spend shifts, let's say, the actual shifts in the office. Most people do not. But a regular bureaucrat, when I was a bureaucrat, I spent in the office more or less 10 hours per week. But I did not work 10 hours per day, let me tell you that. So much time wasting. But that's like extreme. Most people don't work that much, even if they are supposed to work that much. Yeah, I'm sure. I look videos on the internet and sometimes they say I
Bit of
work 80
poison on my blade,
hours,
and let's
100
go!
hours. It's crazy stuff. The other thing is kill 600 monsters. Well, I'm glad the developers understood these were monsters and not pets. But the truth is, you get paid by the hour, is it not? In my country, you get paid by the day, basically, not by the this amount of time you spend in the workplace, you could say. Or you don't have time sheets, just let's say suggested arrival time.
Move away! Things are about to get...
All right. Yeah, we are not paid by the hour. Usually only overtime you would get is if you work on the weekends, but not at extra hours on a regular day now. You would get overtime for the week, for the days you should not work, but not for more hours on the days you should work. But most people don't have to work anyway. All right. Well, no wonder you like overtime. All right. Yeah, you get overtime by weeks. So it depends on if you get called an extra day or not. Or you could work extra hard one day and the next they could say, please don't come today, we have you covered. So they could juggle around your pay that way. All right. Really? They need approval for overtime. And I guess that makes them more hesitant to actually ask for it if they have to justify it somehow.
A gate. We must find out how to open it.
Well, I guess from the other side would be a good bet. And do you know if the Democrats pass the 50-hour wage? Will you get it, or does that not have an impact on you at all? $15-hour wage, not 50. Yeah, 15 minimum wage. All right. Because you're not a federal employee, you don't get federal laws. All right. in my country we don't have a minimum wage. Most people that work don't earn the minimum wage. Well below that. 725. That seems low, but I guess it's the minimum. I wonder how... In my country, most of the people earn the minimum wage or lower. I wonder in the US how it breaks down. Yeah, I guess California is super expensive, especially Southern California.
There, the gate is open.
Yeah, people know. The minimum wage is just a suggestion, but in my country there is way too many people, and most people are well prepared to earn less than the minimum wage. They don't care. So you get paid less. It all depends on, yeah, how much workers are willing to work for the pay they receive, I guess. Alright, let's go and talk to Constantine. Yeah, exactly. No one would do a job if you paid too little. Would be beneath you, I guess. Well, I probably will. I don't know what your job is, but... But I guess, yeah, in your area it would be unheard of to earn so little for a job. So it's all about expectations, I guess.
Good grief. These are some unusual customers.
Expectations and fairness, I think. Okay, let's give the good news to their cousin that we invaded the island and got destroyed by the natives. I'm sure he will be very happy with the news. Actually, in my country, the government has been passing laws to allow enterprises. What would you call it? A payroll job. That's what you would call it. A payroll job, I guess. One where you pay taxes to the government. Those are super expensive. More or less 30% of the wage goes to the government as an overcharge for the enterprise. It does not get deducted from the paycheck from your side. But the employer has to pay it to the government. And they have been passing laws to allow enterprises to pay less to young people, so they get hired. Look at that. It must be uncle. Yeah, basically. Not push papers, but you had to attend requirements from people. And draft documents, reply to correspondence, send inquiries to a proper people to answer, go to meetings. No, I was not involved in anything related to the cartels. But it yeah, mostly stuff like that. No, that's what they call the bureaus. You would call it bureaus. Here are called departments. And the ministries, but I didn't work at a ministry.
Cousin! You have returned! How did things go?
You don't look well. What's happened?
Nothing. Nothing terribly bad in any case. I must have eaten something that's having trouble going through me.
It seems to me that this illness has been lingering too long. Who prepares your meals? Are they safe?
No one is poisoning me, fair cousin. We are far from court and their customs. It's nothing. Take my word for it. Now then, what do you have to tell me?
Yeah, he's going to die, probably. Yeah, working as a teacher was not ideal. That is a work that really grinds you down, let me tell you. That is a job that demands more time from you than you get paid for. And also a lot of active time. When you are in class, you cannot relax for a bit. It's not like other jobs where you can maybe take a small break or chill for a few minutes. With children, you can do that.
We had a talk with Lady Morange, and we explored the ruins that she suggested we visit. All our findings point to one conclusion. Those ruins were originally built by the Congregation of Merchants.
The congregation? Us? But Father never once even hinted. Once again, he must have deemed me unworthy to know the secret. How he must despise me.
Constantine.
We need to learn more. I want to understand. I need to know everything my father has kept from me. This question also concerns you. You look too much like a native for that to be a coincidence. Since we cannot bombard my father with questions, others here must give us the answers we require. The congregation, even in the past, could not have made it to this island without help. We are pitiful sailors.
You were thinking of us. But I assure you that I know nothing of this story.
You are perhaps simply not aware, but your admiral stationed at the captainry surely is. Go and find her, cousin. Try to learn the final chapter of this story.
Very well.
Anything else?
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
Alright, let's contact the admiral. Yeah. I could try that. I would certainly prefer dealing with the adults than dealing with children, let me tell you. Usually adults are too easy to to engage in the kind of activities children do out of boredom. So you just have to deal with whatever people want and they will go. Now, my party members, I can show them to you if you want. It's not too difficult. They usually accompany your audiences with the prince. You have here, let me show you, you have this guy, which is a sailor, basically ranged slash melee fighter, and helps with exploration. This is a melee fighter, your tank if you will, former bodyguard to me and my cousin. This is a native mage, but she's too weak. I would love to take her with me, because she must dispense the lore of the game. For example, I'm sure she knows something about the old war, but she's too weak. She goes down and fights too easily. So I am afraid she will kill me. Coin Guard, actually a Coin Guard is a different faction. They work for every faction. There is a Coin Guard barracks in all the cities. It's not just for the congregation of merchants, but he comes from Serene, the Serene barracks. But there are barracks in every city. They are just mercenaries. But this guy actually likes us, so I guess you can, you can consider him loyal. She's a native. She is a ranged member of the Alliance. Unfortunately, she's also very weak. She can barely fight, and she goes down even faster than the other woman. Because she doesn't have melee weapons, she cannot defend herself from melee attacks. And finally, you have the religious mage from Teleme. Actually a very good character on paper, but the way I fight, as you have seen, yeah, an old creepy man, yeah. When I freeze enemies, this guy stops attacking them. When they unfreeze, he does not engage again. He stands there looking at them, doing nothing, until he randomly decides to attack. So if it were not for that, I would take him with me. He's a much better DPS, or he should be much better, but he fails constantly. The old man is a Teleme follower. He's a bishop of the Teleme church.
Come closer, good people.
So you have one for each faction, except I guess the congregation. You see, down there on the bottom left, the Coin Guard is a different faction than the congregation. So I am from the congregation, I guess. I am the party member of the congregation. Although, if the goal of this character is to take over this city and declare independence and probably join the Alliance.
Out of style! Does your vest belong to last year's fashion?
The guy on the throne, yeah, he's my cousin. He's the governor of he's the son of the leader of the merchant congregation, which is called the prince. So he's the prince's son, I am the prince's niece. I am the legate of the congregation, he's the governor of the congregation. But he hates his mom and dad.
Welcome! Have you...
He really hates them. This guy sells good stuff. Still. I do use weapons, yeah. Basco and myself, I use a rifle. This is a good rifle. Holy shit. Should buy it. That's a good rifle. I could make it 700. Almost. Yeah, I have accuracy 3, but I should get 1 point soon enough. Let me see. The thing is, merchants rotate their stock. That's an annoyance, but it happens quite a bit. Dog foot gun. Green Assure. I actually don't know what type of damage enemies do. I wish I knew. I have no idea. Yeah, makes sense, I guess. It's actually a good looking cape, but I'm not going to spend my money. Right, let me see
Thank you for your visit.
when I
See
would
you
get
soon.
another point. Yeah, I will get another point here in a second. I could get accuracy 4. Probably a next conversation will give it to me. That's hilarious, I just bought this stupid thing. I could give it to Afra. She has shit. Alright. Let's buy
Welcome!
it.
Have you...
Let's buy it. In this game it doesn't really matter, to be honest. As you can see, it has rate of fire. But the way I fight, it doesn't really matter if it's 1 or 10 rate of fire. And the AI does not know how to reload past 1 bullet. So it really doesn't matter. Oops.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Alright. Yeah, this is not even modded, and it's as good as the other one. Yeah, usually the people in cities have... You have 3 cities, let me show you. You have 3 cities in the world. New Cyrene, which is from the congregation. You have Hikmet, which is from the Bridge Alliance, which is the atheist scientific faction. So usually you would find here the weaponry, ranged weaponry. And here is the city of San Mateus, which is from the religious magic faction, which is where you would find the best magic stuff. But I don't like going back and forth looking for the best gear. Yeah, basically you have, that is true, melee town, ranged town and magic town, or mage town, yeah. Ranged, mage and melee, yeah. And you have random merchants in other places.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all Serene.
Should probably buy the other hat. What does this give him? The natives have strange weapons. Made of stone mostly, or dragon glass as you would call it in obsidian. But they have magic, and that's basically all they have, magic. They can infuse weapons with elemental magic. And they have those monsters. Those monsters are friendly to natives. They're basically corrupted natives. The big monsters are natives that have been taken over by the island.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Yeah, he can poison weapons. That's why it's glowing. He can put poison on his sword.
I've explored many ruins on this island. Ruins that, after careful scrutiny, were built by the congregation. In one of them, we found a journal that made reference to your guild. This document, as are the buildings, date much further back than the arrival of the Bridge Alliance a decade ago. These discoveries raise a good many questions. Questions that my cousin would like you to answer.
I understand. All the same, we are in a difficult situation. We are bound by the pact. I could eventually overlook these engagements if you would perform a service. Commander Fernando, who holds the port of San Mateus, has problems with certain members of Teleme. The bishop that accompanies you on occasion could without a doubt tell you more.
I won't hesitate to speak to him about it.
Solve these problems, and I will reconsider the validity of the pact. I will answer your questions. Anything else?
All right.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Yeah, this game is not the most polished game. But I am not the most what? Nitpicky customer. I don't really care about stuff like that on games.
Come closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent.
Hello, Your Excellency.
I would prefer they don't move their lips, and as I just can't hear their voices, even if it's shitty voice acting. I prefer it to no voice acting. The most polished streamer now. I don't think. I just stream because I got used to it, but I do it for fun basically. I got used to streaming games. Let's talk to Petrus about this nonsense.
My dear child, what can I do for you?
I had a meeting with Admiral Cabral concerning what we found in those ruins. She said she was bound by a pact that kept her from answering questions on the subject.
The Nauts are nothing more than mercenaries of the oceans. I suppose that she wants something in exchange.
Effectively. She told me that her men posted at San Mateus met with some problems, and she advised me to speak to you. Does that make sense?
I believe I see what the Admiral is speaking about. Or rather, who. A few of our zealous brothers are overcome by their faith. You already witnessed it for yourself at San Mateus. They look with a wary eye at all those who do not swear faith to Thélème, and refuse to express their faith openly. It is possible they have decided to target the Nauts. We will need to speak with those on Thélème lands. And of course, seek out the Bishop Domitius.
Okay.
I will see you later, Father.
Take care, my child.
It's the position of the camera. It's trying to look at her from behind this wall. So you can only see the fabric. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go to Thélème. Ah, look at that. She has a flaming sword. That's what she can do. He can poison swords, the other guy. So we go to Thélème. Now some things actually. And that's it. His sword is poisoned. Just like that, we're here. So we need to talk to the bishop. We need to talk to the Nauts. Let's go and talk to the bishop first. Can I enter the cathedral? No, still not. So we must have to go to the palace. These things are natives, if you can believe it. They get corrupted and turned into that. The native mages. Siora is going to become one of those things eventually. We don't remember any bishop. Must be here. Maybe he's upstairs? Yes.
Yes?
I believe you have a few problems with the Nauts who reside in the port.
We have problems with all matter of heretics, my daughter. And of course the pagan Nauts would be among them. They are very secretive, and have all sorts of strange rituals that they keep to themselves under cloak of mystery. The sorcery they employ to guide their ships is drawn from nature, just like the sorcery used by the natives. And to top it all off, and this is where it stings, we suspect them to be at the origin of the Malachor.
Whatever do you mean? How?
Have you ever once crossed paths with a Naut suffering from the Blood Plague? Why are they spared? The only logical reason is that they are at its origin, calling upon various cursed rituals. It's as simple as day. I am certain that we will find clues of their rituals and their pagan idols in their stockhouses in the port.
What a nest of absurdities.
What other reaction would you expect from those responsible for the curse that afflicts us?
Very well. Let's just agree that these rumors need to be verified.
Anything else?
Those guys are blaming everyone. First they said demons were responsible for the Malicor, now it's the Knots. Maybe a cabal of not, well, a cabal of heretics, yes. It kind of makes sense. Let's see if this guy is selling anything good.
Come closer. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to have a rummage around. I'm sure you'll find what you'll...
Anything good? All right. Look at that. All right. It's a good helmet. Save our money for something that's an impressive improvement over what I've got. Okay, nothing.
Goodbye.
Let's go
May
talk
the
to the
enlightened
Knots.
Good day, Desade. How can I help you?
Your Admiral informed me that you've been having problems with a few citizens of Thélème. What more can you tell me?
Problems, huh? We're up to our necks and sinking with problems. Yeah, I even received threats to my own person. One of those high and mighty long robes dared walk upon my docks with talk of burning me at the stake. Burning me? Then two of my men up and disappeared, and I do not believe in coincidence. I wanted to ask for help from the Mother Cardinal, but she did not answer my requests for an audience. The games of politics are not my forte, and investigations even less so. Find my men, I implore you. More questions?
I met the representative of the Ordo Luminis, and he spoke of his fears concerning the Nauts.
That hardly surprises me. That man is full of pride and arrogance, and sees evil wherever he gazes.
That bishop is not made of milk and kindness, but his questions are intriguing. He suspects you to be somehow responsible for the Malicor, because you never fall prey to it.
Responsible for the Malicor? And how?
Through your magic. Some sort of ritual. Do you use a magic very similar to that of the natives?
I have nothing more to say about it. Those are merely the fantasies of a lunatic. More questions?
No.
Thanks. I've got everything I need. The commander will probably not tell us anything more about the Naught's secrets. But the documents at the Harbour Master's office may teach us something new. If we can stay discreet.
I'm gonna start by not talking in front of the guy you plan to steal from. Okay, I guess we should investigate if they are responsible for the Malicor. What? He has super shitty armor. I never upgraded this. Right, we need to fix that. Could also get an upgrade. Let's go and get that armor. The issue armor. And let me sort out the armor situation. I probably should just give them the rest armoring upgrades.
Don't hesitate to have a rummage around.
Alright. Yeah, you see, Fail, that's what I tell you. If you wait too long, the internet goes to shit. Maybe it's not even my roommates, maybe it's my neighbors. I know you can end up what's it? Sharing your internet with your neighbors. Okay, I guess that goes to him then. What does he have exactly? Would look like a complete moron. Alright, let me see. Let's buy that robe. I think balance is not as important. Yeah, everyone is using the same resource. There is a cap, I guess, on the amount of data that can flow through the wires, yeah.
Goodbye. May the enlightened always keep you with his eye.
Alright, let's deal with this. But to upgrade his armor and my armor, the best I can. And this thing too. I think it's this one I want. Plus 60 physical damage. Alright. Now armor. This one gets the vest. 84. So I can give it 60 max. Okay, whatever. Now let's give these to not Basco, I cannot wear it. What the hell is going on? Okay, I need to unequip it. That's what's going on. So that's why I prefer to stream also very early or very late to avoid those problems. Yeah, it's basically the same armor as he's wearing. He looks crazy. It's much worse than mine, and overall, yeah, I do think 1 point in each is not worth it. The swap for his armor is very little. What about Basco? I think I just upgrade this one and be done with it. Let's upgrade his armor. What? Oh, what the fuck? I did the same? Jesus. At least I didn't lose anything. Yeah, this is good. Ooh, that's looking nice. Now I can take his armor. Let's give him lock picking. I can take his armor, give him my armor, or give him this armor. Whatever armor, it doesn't matter. Now let's go and redistribute the rest of the armors. Someone must get an upgrade out of all that nonsense. Someone must be able to get an armor upgrade here. Let us see. She has not. Now Tafra. And if I'm ever going to use anyone, it's probably going to be Petrus. So let's see Petrus. He has the same as this. So I guess we give that one to Afra. This one. The two old brigandines maybe can be recycled or sold. because Yora will never be able to use them. No one will use them anymore. Pure iron, alright. 90%. Why is this happening again? 90%. There has to be a reason. Alright. I don't know if there is a reason, but let me make sure no one can get anything better. Okay, those are shitty as gloves. Okay. Seems to me no one can get anything better. I need an amulet for her. Ah, she actually gets better stuff. Well, not really. Very well. Let's see what's on the chest here. A large cleaver. Okay, let me take it. We need the not armor. These ones. Anything else? A healer's chain. This can only be worn by... Guess this could be good for Siora. Let me take that one and see how it looks. I can't look here. Where is Siora? What? Did I take that amulet? Pretty sure I did. Very power of 4. Does not appear with Siora. What? It's absurd. Why wouldn't it appear with Siora? Jesus. Okay, give me a second, I need to call someone. Alright, they told me to call back in 10 minutes. So let me put an alarm. Alright. Well, that's disappointing. What else did I take from the... Ah, yeah, I took this thing. Can give her the flint. No, this is the one I want. Okay, so I need to swap my guns. Get this one so I can give the other one to her. Alright. Nothing better. It is insane. Why can't I give this to Siora? Most stupid thing. Siora is the only one that actually could use it. I guess I could give it to him. He hasn't healed though. I'll get to him then. Jesus. This I can give to her. Shit. Okay, I guess. Give this to her and give this to her. Most stupid thing ever, but what else can I do? Alright, let's see if anything of what I took can be destroyed for pure iron. Okay. Pure iron. Very nice. Okay, we're done. Let's send the rest and go to the nodes. Ah, I got the cape the end time. I don't know. I think I like the red one better.
Come closer. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to have a...
Alright, let's sell all this. We have two of this, so I guess this is actually... How did I become so brutal of the sun?
Goodbye.
Okay, give me
May
a
the
second.
Enlightened always keep you in his divine blessing.
Alright, let's go to the docks. See what the naughty notes are. Yeah, basically I have to go in 15 minutes. Someone has a video call in 20 minutes. Let's see what these guys are hiding from me. Aha. Orders from the Harbor's office. To the attention of the Knots in charge of guarding the warehouses. It is crucial that the number of guards patrolling the most sensitive warehouses be doubled. Inquisitors in disguise were spotted in the area. They must be attempting to get inside, so exercise caution. Make sure not to let anyone inside these warehouses. Only the Knots are allowed inside. Our secrets must be protected.
This note speaks of a secret hangar. We should investigate, even though it's sure to be well guarded. That way, we'll know exactly what the Nords are hiding from us.
I can assure you we're not hiding anything reprehensible. But if you absolutely want to check it out for yourself...
Yes. Let's check it out. Inquisitors in disguise. I look like an Inquisitor in disguise. I have an Inquisitor hat, an Inquisitor cape. Alright. I think you can enter the warehouses from here. I already explored all this area last time. This warehouse, I entered there, there was nothing inside. Please have the dolphin cry of the trident repaired as quickly as possible. Also make sure to replace the barometer. The one on board is not as precise as it should be. The crew was not able to steer clear of the storm in time, which cost us a sail. Be discreet. The Inquisitors are watching us. Cabral, huh. So she knows everything.
I've already seen this type of engine in my uncle's court. It's used to spy upon the stars.
These objects are called sextants. Looking at the heavens through them, we can determine and track precisely the course of our ships.
Nothing magic or impure therein. They are nothing but measuring instruments.
Yes. Why did they say magic? She said that the Knots used magic. I haven't seen that happen. They're just very good sailors as far as I know.
And that, it looks like a thermometer. And this other machine, does it really predict the weather?
The second instrument is a barometer, and it does indeed predict where the weather is going to be. Nothing magic in it either, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's nice to ring along. Maybe I could bring Siora and Kurt. I don't know.
These machines are extremely complex. I've never seen anything like this. This one looks like it has a shouting dolphin etched into its side.
I wouldn't begin to know how this one works. It's a new model, invented recently. It's designed to measure the depths of the oceans. It's extremely useful.
These instruments are incredible, and I would be hard-pressed to use them. But I certainly see nothing magic in here. Nor anything diabolical. For as long as they work and are really used, these instruments seem to be the product of science. And I have definitely found nothing related to the Malachor, nor a secret sect or cult. This Domitius has let his imagination and the taste of Naught's secrets get the better of him.
I don't think you realize the importance of what you have just seen. These instruments allow us to dominate the oceans and discover new worlds. Keeping this secret has enabled us to remain the only ones capable of navigating the high seas.
Everyone just thinks you use a magic of your own.
We were the ones that spread that rumor. It harms our reputation, but protects us from competition.
And this story about the Malachor?
I have no way to explain why we don't catch it, but we're not responsible for it. I truly hope you'll reveal nothing of what you've discovered in this place.
All right. Because I have no reason to tell anyone. Let's get out the way we came.
The Ordo Luminis was completely wrong. We must find these missing Naughts.
Okay, let's see if I can do that quest in the remaining time. I doubt it, but let's give it a shot. Yeah, I think I'm missing way too much lore by not bringing Siora when I'm exploring ruins and native quests. I think I need to. It's a very interesting storyline they came up with. I'm afraid I would get killed anyway. I don't know. I'll think on it today.
Good day. I am looking for several sailors. Some Naughts that disappeared a few days ago.
Sorry, that doesn't ring any bells. But I did hear talk like everyone else on the port, but that's all. You should ask the Mage Inquisitors who have taken up lodgings here of late. They must have certainly seen something. We see them everywhere, and they spend their time spying on all that moves, especially eyeing all that the Naughts are up to.
And what do these Mage Inquisitors look like?
They wear a very peculiar symbol.
We cannot question all the Inquisitors roaming around the port, especially considering what we've learned from Domitius. They must be doing everything in their power to discover the Naught's secrets.
Tons of ammo, very nice. I doubt I will be able to finish this quest today.
Good day. I'm looking for two men, Naught's, that went missing a few days ago. Do you know anything about them?
Why? As a matter of fact, I do. 3 or 4 days ago, I was at the tavern having a conversation with a sailor. A nice fellow. He was telling these stories. He was drinking hard. He went outside for a moment to... you can imagine. And well, he never came back. He wasn't that drunk to have passed out. If it were that, we would have found him. No. Something happened to him. That's a fact. But I would be at a loss to tell you what.
If one of the sailors disappeared as he came out of the tavern, that's where we should go. If we find Inquisitors there, they'll certainly know more than the ones we see here.
Okay. Very good dessert day. Let's follow your hunch.
We're approaching the tavern.
If we want to eavesdrop on conversations, we should be discreet.
Well, what more do I want me to do?
When are we going to act? Our men are twiddling their thumbs, and that's bad for their morale. Let's not even speak about the guards at the prison. Who likes having clandestine prisoners in their jails?
You are impatient. We haven't been able to get out of them what we need to hear, but it won't be long. Then we can act and launch the grand purification of the Nauts. While waiting, keep your men on a leash, especially those in the jails. If the Mother Cardinal learns that you are detaining Nauts in a cell in your barracks...
We'll be in muddy waters, but then you will too. No need to remind me.
They're gone.
I cannot believe that these lunatics dared capture some of my brothers to interrogate them. We must set them free from the Coin's jail as soon as possible. As for this talk of purification, it gives me shivers.
Alright, but that's it for today. So thank you very much for watching, and tomorrow we shall free those guys. Let me get to the barracks. It's actually a tavern we need to visit. Yeah, I hope you have a pleasant day, Fail. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and we shall continue. Yeah, I think I'll see you now. I think I'm going to modify a tinsy with my Permadeath rose for the future, including this playthrough. I'll think on it today. Alright, I don't have time to fight. You know what, let's stop here. I can fight tomorrow as soon as I get back into the game. Alright, see you tomorrow.